All right, so here's a topic that's up for debate, right? You might have heard other influencers say this about a personal residence, whether it's a good thing to do or not, meaning to purchase your own personal residence. Because you might have heard that by buying a personal residence, let's say it's a single family house, let's say it's a condo, whatever, it's a property you're going to live in, and you got to put down, who knows, 3.5%, 5%, 10%, 20%, whatever amount you have to put down to get this property, even buying it all cash. Many people will say that that's a foolish investment. And they may say it's foolish because why put down, let's say you had to put down 10%, right? Let's say you're buying a property for $500,000, it's a personal residence, and you got to put down 10%. So that's 50,000, right? I think $50,000 cash, right? In order to buy this property. Plus you got to have a mortgage. So one school of thought is, well, why would you want to take your hard-earned money, your savings, or wherever, however you're leveraging this 50K for personal use, and using this to go towards your personal residence, which may take you 20 to 30 years to pay it off, right? And the reason why people say it may be foolish is because of your return that you're missing out on, right? The opportunity cost. And some may say or may argue that it'd be better for you to take that 50,000 and put into an investment property in which you're getting a 10% return on that money invested. And for your personal use, just continue to rent. So you might have heard this from other influencers like Grant Cardone talk about this. That's the strategy, which makes sense, right? Especially if you're in a situation in which you haven't reached financial freedom yet. You're still working away at the 9 to 5. You might not be exceedingly thrilled and happy about that, working at the 9 to 5 in your lot of life. So as a result of being dissatisfied with your 9 to 5, then that might be a good strategy for you, in which you want to say, hey, I need to make sure any dollar I get that's disposable income or additional savings, bonuses, or I get access to creative financing, instead of just consuming this capital for my own personal use towards buying a property, hey, I need to reinvest this into another asset, whether it's another property, whether it's life insurance, a mutual fund, or what have you, in which I can obtain a higher return that will help me along my goal of becoming financially free. So if that's you, if you're in that situation in which you say, hey, Juan Pablo, you're right, I'm not in a situation right now in which I can just say goodbye to 9 to 5 and just turn my 2 weeks notice tomorrow and live off the passive income from my rental portfolio or my other assets. So you're right, it might be best suited for me to delay buying my own personal residence, because every dollar I get, I'm gonna try to invest in the real estate. I'm gonna try to invest in life insurance. I'm trying to invest in some sort of income producing asset so I can say goodbye to 9 to 5. Now, some of you who watch this channel, right, you might be in a different situation. You might have already obtained financial freedom. You might already own several rental properties or several different assets, right, in which you don't have to trade your hours for dollars. You might be in a fortunate situation, and I have to say, if you are, congrats. I would give you a high five, a virtual high five, right? Or I'll give you a hand clap from my other hand wasn't holding this phone. I know, man, I got to upgrade and at least get a selfie stick, man. I'm just doing the old school way, just holding the phone with my hand. But good thing I worked out because I'm always getting tired. But let me wrap this up before my arm drops due to being exhausted from holding this phone. All right, so you might be in that situation in which you already obtained financial freedom, right? And you might have some excess income. So if you do have that excess income, you might say, hey, well, I could buy more and more investment properties, right? And continue to build more wealth, which is an option. Or you might say, you know what? I already met my major goal, became financially free. So let me take this excess capital and use this to acquire my own personal residence. Now, if you do that route, if you take the excess capital and you want to use that to buy your own personal residence, then I highly recommend for you to listen to the influencer Dave Ramsey. Now, Dave Ramsey, he talks a lot about not using debt whatsoever. And we talk about on this channel about using debt as leverage to get you into some income producing assets. However, I do agree with Dave Ramsey in regard to not using debt for personal use. Okay, so even for myself, if I leverage a mortgage to buy a personal residence and I put some of my personal cash, my savings to buy this property, I'm going to be in the mindset of how can I pay this mortgage down as quickly as possible? I want to pay it off. I'm not going to waste 20, 30 years of my life paying this mortgage down. I'm gonna be aggressive to pay it off. To pay it off as quickly as possible. Because when it comes to my LLCs or my other entities, I'm fine with those assets, those business entities having debt in their name. But in regard to the name of Juan Pablo, I want to have as minimal debt, zero debt as possible. Okay. Now, this is the thing I got to share with you, because you might be thinking, okay, well, if I use business credit, that'll be in my name. So Juan Pablo said no. Or if I have to get an investment property, residential, in my name, even though it's an investment property, I have to get in my name because that's all I can qualify for right now. Juan Pablo says no. No, I'm talking about two different situations. I'm talking about the situation now in which, put everything in context, if you already became financially free, you've already met your financial goals, and you can be choosy. You got the options because you got money in the bank. You got properties in your portfolio. You got the credit score. You're set. Then at that point, yes, beggars can be choosers at that point, right? Now, if you're in the former situation that I outlined earlier in this video, in which you haven't reached that goal of financial freedom yet, then at that point, you got to play the cards that were dealt. And that's how I was when I was in that first phase, right? When I was investing in real estate, if I had to put something in my personal name, whether it's business funding or whether it's the mortgage, then by all means, I would do it as long as I can get my passive income. All right. So I want to make sure we separate those two. Okay. So I just want to share with you my schools of thoughts on that. Now, if you're interested in learning more about how you can obtain more properties, how you can become financially free, whether you're in either one of those phases, just getting started, or if you've already, obtained some success and you're just looking to see, okay, well, what should I do now with my money? Or how can I get into more multifamily and more profitable markets? And I have a free training for you. All you have to do, my friend, is just check the link below in the description to learn more. All right, guys, as always, this is to your success. Continue to earn passively, live passionately. Peace.